Good afternoon and welcome to the channel. Pride and Prejudice is a 2005 film based on Jane Austen's book of the same name. This is a fantastic adaptation of the book for several reasons, and we're now going to consider them all here at this point. Let's begin. Let's come to the first reason why this is a great film for anyone to watch, and that is both the director Joe Wright and the producer Tim Bevan. Let's begin with the first of these two men. So Joe Wright has directed Atonement in 2007, The Soloist in 2009, Hannah in 2011, Anna Karenina in 2012, Pan in 2015, Darkest Hour 2017, The Woman in the Window, and Kyrano in 2021. And Tim Bevan has produced the following films, and I'm only selecting the first few of the great many he's done. My Beautiful Laundrette, Personal Services, Sam and Rosie Gets Laid, Paper House, For Queen and Country, Diamond Skulls, Chicago Joe and the Showgirl, Robin Hood, London Kills Me, Map of the Human Heart, French Kiss, Moonlight and Valentino, Loch Ness, Bean, The Matchmaker, The Borrowers, What Rats Won't Do, Elizabeth, The High-Low Country, Plunkett and McLean, High Fidelity, Bridget Jones' Diary, Captain Corelli's Mandolin, 40 Days and 40 Nights, About the Boy, The Guru, Johnny English, and Love Actually. There's quite a few of his films, and some of them are actually pretty well known, like Love Actually and Johnny English and About the Boy, and a few others. But that's just to give us a flavour of what these two men have done and why this film is a great one for anyone to watch. I speak of Pride and Prejudice, or Prejudice. Let's now turn to the second thing that makes this a great film for anyone to watch, and that, of course, is the cast. We start with Elizabeth Bennet, who is played by Keira Knightley. Mr. Darcy is played by Matthew McFadden. Mrs. Bennet is played by Brenda Blethyn or Blethyn. Mr. Bennet is played by Donald Sutherland. Jane Bennet by Rosamund Pike. Lydia Bennet by Jenna Malone. Mr. Collins is played by Tom Hollander. Mrs. Gardner is played by Penelope Wilton. Lady Catherine de Bourgh is played by Judi Dench. Charles Bingley is played by Simon Woods. Catherine Kitty Bennet is played by Carey Mulligan. Mary Bennet is played by Tallulah Riley. George Wickham is played by Rupert Friend. Caroline Bingley is played by Kelly Riley. Georgina Darcy is played by Tamsin Merchant. Charlotte Lucas is played by Claudie Blakely. Colonel no no Colonel Fitzwilliam is played by Cornelius Booth. Mr. Gardner is played by Peter White. Mr. Hill is played by Roy Holder. Netherfield Hall Butler is played by Pip Torrens. Mrs. Reynolds is played by Meg Wynne Owen. And finally, Mrs. Betsy is played by Sinead Matthews. So there's the cast, and I would say that this cast actually made the film what it was. A really great film at that. So the third thing that we need to note is the fact of the musical score to the film. So it was all composed by the Italian composer Dario Marianelli, but it was performed by the French pianist Jean-Yves Thibaudet, who was accompanied by the English Chamber Orchestra. So, what about the actual soundtrack? What are the tracks to the film? Let's consider them, shall we? So, here they are. One, Dawn. Two, Stars and Butterflies. Three, the Living Sculptures of Pemberley. Marathon Town Hall is four. Five is The Militia Marches In. Six is Georgiana. Seven, Arrival at Netherfield. Eight, Postcard to Henry Purcell. Nine, Liz on Top of the World. 10, Leaving Netherfield. 11, Another Dance. 12, The Secret Life of Daydreams. 13, Darcy's Letter. 14, Can't Slow Down. 15, Your Hands Are Cold. 16, Mrs. Darcy. And finally, 17, Credits. So there all the tracks are, and throughout the film you can witness how these tracks are incorporated into the film to give certain scenes in the film particular environments, particular atmospheres, if you will. It is really good and worth a watch, even if it's just for the musical input. Let's come to the fourth and final thing, which is both the budget and the box office income. The budget was set at 28 million, and the box office income was 129 million. So the film done pretty well for the type of film it is. Let us now see if we can find some statistical breakdown for this, shall we? Here we have it then. The film being released on September the 11th, 2005 at the Toronto International Film Festival as a special gala presentation. It was released on September the 16th, however, in the United Kingdom and Ireland. It achieved number one spot in the first week, earning 2.5 million in England and 4.6 million in the United States, whilst playing on 397 screens. The film stayed at the top for two more weeks, earning by then a total of 9 million in the UK box office. It was featured on 412 screens at its widest domestic release. So on the 11th of November 2005, like I said at the beginning, the film debuted in the United States with an opening weekend of 2.9 million on 215 screens. A fortnight later, it played on 1,299 screens, and the box office returns were almost triple at 7.2 million. Or should I say, just above triple, almost quadruple. The film left cinemas the week of the 24th of February 2006, where it grossed a total of 38.4 million. Jack Foley, the president of the that's not really important. So, Pride and Prejudice was released in 59 more countries between September 2005 and May 2006 by United International Pictures, with a worldwide grossing of 121.147.947 or 121.1 million. And it was the 72nd highest grossing film of 2005 in the US and the 41st highest internationally. So you see how well it done. Even though it only made a modest amount, it's still done very well. Thank you for taking the time to listen to this presentation.